Is it true that white people need us to survive?
Hell yeah. Without melanin, they can't survive. Matter of fact, if you look at the statistics, white people are dying right now. They are dying more than they're repopulating. And that's why so many black people are coming up missing. Notice they're getting all of these different type of melanin shots inside of them. They're trying to deal with the sun more right now with all of these heat rays and how the sun is heating up and all of the ultraviolet, infrared rays is coming from the sun. Man, white people are dying globally from skin cancer. The sun is beating they ass. I mean, literally especially in Israel. Look up the sun cancer epidemic in Israel. Man, the sun is whooping they ass.
Didn't know that.
But they need melanin for the sun can charge them and make them supernatural like it does us. We are supernatural people. We are an eternal people. We really is. We are a reflection of God itself. And we can prove this through biology.
When you said that we're eternal people,
truth regarding the genetic differences between blacks and whites. The core of the human brain is the locus coeruleus, which is a structure that is black because it contains large amounts of neuromelanin, which is essential for its operation. 2, black infants sit, crawl, and walk sooner than whites. 3, Carol Barnes notes that human mental processes are controlled by melanin, that same chemical which gives blacks their superior physical and mental abilities. 4, some scientists have revealed that most whites are unable to produce melanin because their pineal glands are often calcified or non-functioning. Pineal calcification rates with Africans are 5 to 15%, Asians 15 to 25%, and Europeans 60 to 80%. This is the chemical basis for the cultural differences between blacks and whites. And 5, melanin endows blacks with greater mental, physical, and spiritual abilities, something which cannot be measured based on Eurocentric standards.
Okay, so the sun is a star. Stars give off radiation, okay? Our atmosphere protects us from a lot of the radiation that the sun produces, but some of it gets through. One of the types of radiation that comes from the sun is UV rays, ultraviolet radiation. And ultraviolet radiation can penetrate the skin. When we are exposed to ultraviolet radiation, specialized skin cells called melanocytes are stimulated to produce more melanin. As you all know, melanin is a pigment, and it can darken the skin, which causes a tan. Melanin also protects our DNA. It shields our DNA from UV rays, ultimately as a protection against damage from DNA. So we've evolved a mechanism, tanning, as a protection measure against UV radiation. Does that make sense? I'm happy to explain more if you need me.
Now there's this talk that black people are superior, that many people don't want to, focus on. And I thought, like, I would love to bring such a conversation here on this platform. Now, this video shows how black people, how science shows that black people might be so superior than a lot of people think of outside here. I just want us to focus on this video that I have compiled here for you. And then later on, let's gather here. We have a quick discussion of the same. And man, if this is your first time, man, just surprise me. Surprise me with subscription, surprise me with a like. And share the content. We are going to greatly appreciate. For now, let's jump in and see what we have here.
Stop lying to yourself. We're not white. We lack melanin. So take a moment, pause the video, and really look up what melanin does for the body and how it helps us be a part of the planet. Now that you're back, tell me, we can't be out in the sun We can't have the same relationship to the planet as those who have melanin. It's our inferiority, not supremacy, not superiority. It is our one inferiority. And then, of course, as any bully would do, when you feel inferior, you would make yourself appear superior by bullying someone to make them feel less than you, instead of finding out how you can be the best version of yourself so that you can be your own version of greatness. And that's all we have to do. There are all these systems for distribution of resources that are built based on our greed, our desire to get resources that other people have access to and we didn't. It's that simple. They're already built, and all we have to do is remove the desire for greed and control over those resources and become a sharing, humane people. The example exists in melanated folks. They don't treat us the way we treat them. They treat us better than we treat ourselves. So let's learn, let's enjoy the planet, let's stop all this foolishness, and let's support those with melanated skin so that we may learn how to be humane in our own way. Race for what?
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
What they don't tell you about melanin. The truth is, melanin is all throughout your skin, hair, eyes, and nervous system. Melanin is produced by what scientists understand to be the master gland, the pituitary gland. The melanin that's all throughout your body is worth $450 per gram. That's more than gold. Melanin has proven to be so conducive and so useful that they're trying to use it in electronic devices. It's proven to be so valuable against radiation that the military is trying to use it in EMP shielding and other military applications. Make sure y'all follow for more. Reflected Light from the Most High, Chief, 3 God. Peace to the gods. I love myself.
Now we're going to look at how the melanin in black people has been portrayed. And we've seen even science supports the fact that black people might be superior. And I just love the way also these people that, are featured in these clips that I've compiled here for you were talking about it and, even explaining it to you. Because for long people have been told a lot of stuffs that are myths. They're also told, how this color is of less benefit. And you've just come to discover that it is of super importance. It is of great significance. And you see how, just the melanin itself that is in us as black people, how the sun needs it to break the water molecules and pump energy to the body. Instead of the sun hurting us, it collaborates with the melanin. And this shows you something deep, something profound about the black skin and the black melanated folks. Shows you the connection between us and the universe itself. When people get to see that they cannot attack you now from the outside, they begin to attack you from the inside. And if they begin to learn that you're superior than them and you're powerful than them, they begin to instill in you fear about something that is not real. Today, this just bear with me. The mic is somehow stubborn. Yeah, and like I was saying, they begin to, share lots of fear towards you so that you can, buy it, and so that your greatness, or rather your power, may not fully manifest. And this is what they've been doing to black folks for quite a good time now. But I really love the way and the fact that black people have woken up and they know so much about themselves. They know a lot about themselves, and no one needs to tell them anything about them. In fact, they are now rewriting the history that has been written about them, and without their consent, and even without them being, engaged in writing it, yet it involves them being told they don't have a culture, whereas they have it, them being told they're inferior, whereas it is the opposite of it. But I just love the way we have these platforms, and whenever I see these platforms talking about black history, talking about black culture, talking about black, resilience, black unity, I'm always moved, because it shows you something also, something different. Because for long we could just see a lot of different people talking about black people, and they misinform many and tell them lies, a lot of lies. But right now, the stories about us are being told by us, and that's a milestone. I can really tell. Sorry for that. That's a milestone, and I could encourage a lot of people, to strengthen and to foster for black unity, because it's out of that we foster strength. Because enemy knew this, that if these people get together, then they can do exploits. That's why I usually don't like the talk about black people, dividing themselves, or, black Americans saying, oh, we are black Americans and we cannot associate ourselves with maybe blacks from Canada, blacks from UK, or even Caribbean, or even Africa. We are all one, and that's one thing that the enemy tries to fight most of the time, and he's always happy to see black people fighting each other. He's always happy to see black people, dividing themselves. And so when you hear me talk about, I do love hearing black union, just know I mean it. And that's why I decided that I'm going to have a platform such as these, where we'll be talking about it, because it's out of this that we are going to preserve it, that we are going to strengthen ourselves, that we are going to learn the hidden history. Because I believe the history that black people have been taught for the past years has not been, or even if it's the true history, there is a lot of information omitted, but we are going to bring it back here. If we go and encounter it, if we go find videos talking about it, we are going to bring it here, so the black people can learn the true stuff with no omission of anything. And that's our goal, that's our message here. Of course, I'm always, I always love to talk about this, to talk about black union, to talk about Black unity, to talk about Black development, because for the longest we've been hearing, a lot of negativities from about Black folks, and it's really discouraging and disheartening to see all that happening. We want to see a fully grown Black community, a community that is strengthened, a community that that is unapologetic of who they are, a community that is fully, packaged with information about them, about their ancestors, and the true information. This is what we are looking for. Now, I would like to bring it to a close here, and please thank you so much for tuning in to this very end. Thank you so much also for my returning subscribers, and also for the new persons here. I love to welcome you here to this platform. We're always talking about Black folks, and also encourage you to do subscribe to our channel, do like the videos that we put here, share the content. We're going to greatly appreciate. And men, don't leave without subscribing. I would really love to have you here, and also tap that notification button so that you get notified whenever we release any kind of video in this platform. Be making sure that you check out what we have here. I believe we are going to learn from each other. I would also love to hear from your perspective. Do share your thoughts, do share your views in the comment section. It is right there for you. It is right there for all of us to converse, to talk about these matters that we have here. I'm really hoping to see you in my next video, but until then, please stay safe. Stand with each other as people of faith, people from the same tribe, people from the same source. Support each other, support each other as much as you can. Now, stay safe, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.